among parties about what should be a conscience vote and what should not. And I have to say, sir, that we've heard from some speakers this afternoon to this point who were not present at the Business Committee yesterday, where this matter was further discussed. And it would be unfair and unreasonable to suggest that there had not been a discussion about which parts are most likely to attract the personal vote requirement, or to see that called for. There were some understandings reached, and I think one of the difficulties that we are faced with now is that while that Business Committee has functioned extremely well for the last 5 years, in my opinion, we might be at a point where it's going to start turning on itself. And I would ask, sir, that perhaps some of those who have spoken this afternoon speak to their representatives who were at the Business Committee to get a better understanding of exactly what was what I understood to be agreed positions.
I'll hear briefly from the Honourable Chair.
Thank you. And the first thing I'd like to do, sir, is I think I received an indication from Mr Tish that he did not use the word Speaker's direction. And if that is the case, if he didn't use those words, I apologise. I thought that he had. The second point I would like to make, sir, is that there is no provision in Speaker's rulings or in standing orders for the Business Committee to remove the right of an individual member to vote on a personal vote on a conscience matter. You cannot trade away amongst senior members the right of individual members to have personal votes.
I'll hear finally from the Honourable Chair.
Mr Speaker, I make no such suggestion, but the member, Trevor Mallard, has huge experience in this House and also at the Business Committee, and knows the sort of agreements that can be reached there. No one's suggesting that anyone's rights are cut off, but on a procedural motion it would seem rather unusual to expect there to be a personal vote unless there was some compelling reason for there to be so.
Can I just ask whether the Chairman wishes to make any further comment? Can I thank all members for their contribution? I thought long and hard about the letter that I sent out, and in actual fact, if you follow a previous gambling bill that was before this House, a private bill in the name of Te Rawa Flavel, we on that occasion followed a very similar system to what I have established today. I took substantial advice from the clerk in determining whether Part 1 was largely procedural, and on the basis of that advice, that was my conclusion. I then sent a letter out which I think is relatively specific to members, and I appreciate that at the time the Honourable Trevor Mallard recalled the Speaker, he hadn't actually seen a copy of that letter, but that letter quite specifically says, I will allow a personal vote on the second reading. I refer members to Standing Order 139, which states where the Speaker considers the subject of the vote to be treated as a conscience issue, the Speaker will permit a personal vote to be held instead of a party vote. I can assure all members of the House that I respect the role of the Chairman, and I certainly did not instruct Mr Tish in any way. Having said that, this matter was discussed at the Business Committee. I was personally not at the Business Committee yesterday, and I think it would be a very dangerous situation, having followed the way this House has evolved over a period of time as we've adjusted standing orders to our electoral system, if at any time the consensus arrangement of that Business Committee was put at risk. On this occasion, there will be adequate opportunities for people to cast personal votes where I have determined there is more of a gambling issue at stake rather than a procedural matter. So on this basis, I adhere to the ruling made by Mr Chairman, and I return the House to committee.
Members, the committee is resumed. I had accepted a closure motion from the government member, so the question is that the question be now put. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. No, I will not accept a personal vote. A party vote has been called for. I'll accept a party vote. I'll ask the clerk to conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National,
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
32 votes opposed.
Green Party,
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First,
7 votes opposed.
Maori Party,
3 votes in favour.
Mana,
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand,
1 in favour.
United Future,
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 64, the noes are 56. The question will be put. The question is a part 1 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote. We're having a party vote. It's been called for. I'm giving a party vote.
New Zealand National,
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour,
32 votes opposed.
Green Party,
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First,
7 votes opposed.
Maori Party,
3 votes opposed.
Mana,
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand,
1 vote in favour.
United Future,
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 59. Part 1 will stand part. We now move to debate on Part 2. This is a debate on clauses 6 to 19 and Schedule 3. The question is that Part 2 stand part. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Chairman, this is the substantive part of the bill and the part of the bill that we expect to debate today and through tomorrow if the government decides.